I know that a lot of you guys, when you see this video, you're going to question why I did this video. And all I'm going to say is I got my reasons, which I'm not going to divulge in this video. But I'm going to start this off by saying you guys know K.I. I know most of you guys know K.I. For those of you guys who don't know, there's plenty of stuff on the internet about her. The female assassin from EBT, you know what I'm saying, Tyquan World, STL, Jar, all of them are together, you know what I'm saying. But she was from EBT. But she was turning up big time for all her homies, especially Tyquan. Her nickname was Tyquan Assassin. Now, people thought that FBG Butta and her were blood twins or something like that. They're not. They look alike, and Little J called them the twins. K.I., though, does have a blood brother, okay? And he's younger than her. And you can see the resemblance. I'm going to put up pictures of him here. And he goes by the street name G.I. Joe, all right? Now, I'm going to get to him in a little bit, but first, on the south side of Chicago, from about 61st and Vernon to 63rd and Eberhart, blocks that I'm going to show you guys in this video, I drove there yesterday, is a neighborhood that goes by the name in the streets Tyquan World. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Tyquan was a young man who was killed over there some years back. Basically, they're all together, STL, Tukaville, EBT, Tyquan World, that's all basically the same thing. Those are just like blocks that are all together in the same hood. Now, I had originally heard that K.I. was EBT. I've also heard that she was just STL and Tyquan World. It's not important, but she definitely claimed Tyquan World, and I'm pretty sure that she was STL and Tyquan World, and her brother, G.I. Joe, is STL Tyquan World, and another guy who I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in this video, one of Tyquan World's top hitters, a guy named Wooski, who's currently locked up. I did another video on him as far as a case update. He's also STL in Tyquan World. So Tyquan World can also claim like STL's hits because these hoods are clicked up. Now, here's the thing. Jaro, okay, you have to distinguish between these hoods though, because they don't all have the same affiliations. Like, for example, EBT and STL are GDs. Okay, Tyquan World, most of the members of Tyquan World are either Stones or insane BDs. Now, STL and EBT are just straight GDs. They're not even insane. But most of the members of Jaro, though, are BDs. Okay, so again, Jaro are BDs. Tyquan World are either Stones or insane BDs. STL and EBT are GDs. Okay, so this is why it's important to distinguish between these hoods. Now, there's one member, though, of Tyquan World, who only claims Tyquan World and not something else too. There's one member of Tyquan World who is a GD, who's not a Stone or an insane BD, and he's a guy by the name of TB. He's one of Tyquan World's top hitters. I'm going to talk about him a little bit later on in this video. She took the nickname Tyquan Assassin after he was killed because K.I. and Tyquan were really close, okay? Now, there's a member of Tyquan World named Richie Jerk. He is Billionaire Black's blood brother, okay? And now, here's the thing. Billionaire Black is the guy who was accused of snitching by TT Binez, who's Suwu. Suwu is clicked up with 051 Young Money, okay? Jaro City and 051 Young Money are also close. Okay, there's also ties between those two gangs. So when TT Binez was saying that Billionaire Black was a snitch, it's like 051 Young Money was saying that he was a snitch too. Alright, now, again, 051 and Jaro City are close, and Jaro and Tyquan World are close. This has been causing tension between Jaro City and Tyquan World because this guy Richie Jerk, Billionaire Black's blood brother, he's like the big homie for Tyquan World. Alright, now, you heard TT Binez referring to him in one of those videos. Alright, now, his real name is Marquise. Okay, Richie Jerk, I guess that's his street name or whatever. Now, the top hitters for Tyquan World. Tyquan World, you guys, this is like one of the sets on the south side that's putting in like the most work. These guys are some of like the most like rolling ass dudes out there on the south side. Like these dudes steady stay like lurking for ops, catching people. I mean, shooting people. Like these dudes are out there, for real, out there. Tyquan World, man, they got a lot of like for real hitters. Their top hitters are probably Wooski, who's currently locked up. Now Wooski, he has 3 bodies that I know of, and he also tried to kill a white cop. Another guy who's a top hitter for them is a guy named TB. Okay, that's his initials. His real government name is Terry Berry. He used to like mess with O Block Ocho inside of Dunbar. He's got 2 bodies that I know of, and he also shot one guy in his face for dissing KI. A guy named LC, a guy named Poppy. Now KI, she was STL, EBT, and Tyquan World. Not all members of Tyquan World are STL, but most of their members are Jarl City as well, except for TB. I know this gets confusing, but it's like, you know, these blocks are all real close, you know what I'm saying? And it's all like kind of the same hood, but people can claim one thing and not claim the other. I know this is confusing, man. Don't even worry about that. That's not the important part of this video. EBT is 64th and Eberhart, and I'm going to try and drive past this in this video if I can get there. Billionaire Black, like I said, his brother is Tyquan World / Jarl City. And that whole incident where he, you know, allegedly snitched on him happened back in 2010, 2011, when they were both still Welch World, okay? Now, this guy, Jerk, Billionaire Black's brother, he has no bodies that I know of. He is a shooter, but he doesn't have any bodies. Neither does LC. But LC, I believe, left the guy blind by shooting him in the head. Tyquan World is 61st in Vernon to 63rd in Eberhart. Just know that EBT, when you're talking about EBT, STL, Tukaville, TW, Tyquan World, these are all like the same thing. These are all like clicked up blocks in the same hood. Tyquan was a young man from there who got killed. Young man. You know, when he died, she took the name Tyquan Assassin. Now, she had already killed Odie before that. But after he died, she really, you know what I'm saying, teed all the way up. Now, she actually taught a few other dudes in Tyquan World how to shoot. And here's the thing. The guy that D. Rose is accused of killing, Venzel Richardson, he was from Jarl and Tyquan World. Like, he was claiming both of those, okay? He was probably more Jarl than Tyquan World, but he was claiming both of those. And he was homies, like real close homies with TB. Now, I know that we had posted a video on my homie's channel. I was going to start a series, and I'm probably going to keep on going with this series about, you know, the top, like the dudes who are really out here the most for real in Chicago. He was the first one we were doing. He's a guy who went to Dunbar. He used to mess with O Block Ocho a lot inside Dunbar. He actually ended up graduating from Dunbar. Real cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Everybody likes him, man. He's one of the most popular dudes down there, you know what I'm saying? He's you know, real good personality and all that, but bro, this guy ain't playing around. Like people, TB is the type of dude that, you know, makes people scared to come outside in Chicago. Like, dudes run from him. I mean, other killers run from him. For real. And I ain't gonna say who, because I don't want to embarrass them. Some of them are dudes that I actually know. But like other killers who have bodies, they see TB and they skirt. They run. TB has multiple, I'm just gonna say this, jobs that he's done, okay? Multiple. And he's feared down there big time. Like, feared the way KI was feared. Alright, now he got a lot of dudes shook. Alright, now he was homies with Venzel. Okay, with Venzel Richardson. The guy from Jarl who D. Rose is accused of killing. Now, again, D. Rose did not really do that hit. It was done by a guy named Lil Los from Front Street, whose real name is Carlos Johnson. And I know I wasn't going to say that, but the case has progressed to a point where I can say that now. There's several members of Tyquan World, though, who, you know, again, claim both Jarl City and Tyquan World, like Lil Chris, Jerk, Bubba, a guy named Dro. You know, and this makes the whole situation even more complicated with the fact that they're clicked up with 051 Young Money, who's now accusing Billionaire Black of snitching, when Billionaire Black's blood brother is one of the big homies for Tyquan World. All right, but anyways, getting on to some of the stuff that I was going to, you know, this is all information that I'm building the scenario for you guys for what's going on now. Now, FBG Butta was often called, or he was often referred to as KI's twin. He was not. Okay, Rakeem Wilton and Jakira Barnes, who have different birthdays, are not twins. Whether they're distant cousins or something like that, I don't know, but I don't even think that they're blood related. However, KI does have a blood brother, okay? She does have a blood brother, a younger blood brother. And I'm not going to give his government name in this video, but I'm going to put his pictures up here. You can see the resemblance. I mean, it's like he looks just like her. He calls himself, he calls her Twino. You know, he calls her his twin. That video that I had dropped earlier about Big A from O Block being killed, you know, I edited this out of the video, but at this point everybody knows. So, you know, there's no point in even, you know, dancing around this issue anymore. Big A, whose street name was ASKI, A-S-K-I, for Ask K.I., he's the one who killed K.I., okay, and everybody knows this. Now, he was caught at Sammy's restaurant, you know, a couple months ago, like I had put that video up. And I had originally not said who had done it. I had originally suspected that it was one of Tyquan World's two top hitters. Okay, now, Tyquan World's top hitters, one is that guy TB, another one is FBG Duck's older brother, who goes by the name Number 30, or FBG Brick, and they just dropped a song together, as a matter of fact. Now, exactly what work Number 30 has put in, I've heard about it, but I don't have it confirmed, so I'm not going to say anything. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about specific quote-unquote jobs that guys have done in this video anyways, but just know he's one of Tyquan World's top hitters. Him and TB, they're probably, as far as the guys who are free, they're the ones who have put in the most work for them. Now, another guy who's coming home soon for them, who's a hit, is Seaball. Now, guys, I'm not going to say who killed Big A, okay, from O Block. I'm not going to say that. I am going to say, though, who did not kill him. When I did not say this ever in a video, but when I heard that Big A had gotten killed, my initial suspicion was that it was either TB or Number 30, because again, these are Tyquan World's top hitters. I had thought that it was either one of those two. I was wrong. I was wrong. It was not either of those guys. Now, another guy who's one of Tyquan World's hitters, the same guy who I'm not going to name, the same guy who shot up 051 and 800's block, also, the word on the street is, got a guy named Cheno from O Block. All right. Now, MOE, they're set from 57th and Union. This is kind of some interesting stuff. They called Tyquan World to kill Cheno when he was on MOE's block. All right, and allegedly it was the same guy who had shot up 051 and 800's block. Now, Cheno again was O Block. Tyquan World also shot a guy named Troy just the other day, but he just got away. He was shot in his arm and his leg. Tyquan World has only killed one guy from O Block so far. They've done a lot of hits on other people, and they've shot a lot of people, but they've only killed one guy from O Block. Cheno was killed last summer. Now, Cheno had family in MOE, but the majority of them didn't like him since he was a BD from O Block, and O Block rocks with Folly, who's into it with MOE. Gotta remember, Folly is Stones. They're into it with MOE, who are GDs. MOE's over on 56 and Emerald as well. Alright. Now, today in 2017, besides all this other stuff that's been going on in the past, G.I. Joe, K.I.'s younger brother, and TB are basically riding around. They're out there lurking every day looking to catch people. Alright. Like, these guys are for real hunting. And you guys know that Jaro and O Block had a truce brokered by a pastor over the summer. How that's holding up, though, not too sure about that. Now, getting to how the beef between O Block and Tyquan World started. St. Lawrence they really started the war between O Block and that whole section, EBT, Tyquan World, STL, all that. They kind of started the war between O Block and them back in 2010, because O Block was rocking with TYMB, okay, back then, in like 2009, 2010, and STL had made TYMB. So when O Block was rocking with TYMB, STL saw them as a threat. Now, one of these guys, okay, who I'm not going to name, But one of the guys who, is one of the top hitters for Tyquan World, he killed two guys. He killed a guy named Melvin Cook from Nico Gang. He also killed a guy named Capo from Front Street. Now, that's not GBE Capo. Okay, this is a different Capo from Front Street. He killed him. He also shot Front Street and Mano in his face. All right, and again, I'm not going to say that guy's name, but he's one of Tyquan World's hitters. Now, the reason why he was going after the guy from Nico Gang is because Nico Gang is clicked up with 600. They're a mix of GDs and BDs. Now, Tyquan World also recently lost a girl named Bobby. She was Lil Boo's first girlfriend. You know, Lil Boo from 600? She was Lil Boo's first girlfriend. She was killed by accident at a party back in 2015. All right, now she was cool with everybody. She was cool with 600, Tyquan World, 051, 46, Jaro, STL. She was cool with everybody. Now here's the thing, guys. You guys are going to say, well, I'm letting the ops know who killed who. Here's the thing. With the hit on Big A, I am going to say this. For those of you guys who think that I'm letting everybody know, the ops know. They saw the face of the shooter who killed Big A. Big A was not alone, and they saw his face. Now, people are going to say, well, when is this all going to stop? Like how in the heck is this stuff ever going to stop? And the answer is, it's not. Because these dudes, you have to understand, like, they're losing people, okay, that they really, really cared about, you know what I'm saying? So, to tell them, well, you just got to forget about it, homie, it just is not going to happen. Like, the pressure on them to turn up for their dead homies or for their dead siblings or dead cousins is huge. You know, if they don't turn up for their dead brother or dead sister or dead cousin, the just the disgrace, the shame that's brought on them by everybody in their hood. So this is what people are up against, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what people who want to stop the violence are up against. Because you've got a bunch of people that are dead, family members, okay, that don't want to let this thing go, ever. You know what I'm saying? And to keep it going, like, this thing just goes back and forth and back and forth. I'm going to do another video about the 051 and 600 back and forth war. And you guys are going to see, like, it just literally just back and forth, like, non-stop. It never stops. And some dudes, you even got dudes who were falsely claiming bodies they didn't even catch, and getting killed for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just wild, man. How this thing it's just like, man, I look at this and I'm like, man, how can this ever stop? See, a lot of people look at this from the outside. People who ain't from Chicago, or people who are from Chicago but ain't from, like, this type of a situation. They look at these kids and they say, oh, they just wilding, or these kids are just crazy, or these kids are just bad, or they just got bad parents, or stuff like that. That's all wrong. That's all off. This is what I've been trying to explain to people, man. Like, these kids got family, like, or people that they look at as their family, that they've seen die. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people can't relate to the pain of that. You know what I'm saying? They can't relate to it. So they don't understand why this violence can't stop. Because for them, you know, people that, you know, lost their family or whatever, they ain't going to have peace. Now, here's the thing. They ain't going to have peace even after they kill the person either. They're not. You know, killers don't have peace. But they believe the lie that they're hearing inside their heads. So they go ahead and do it anyways. You see what I'm saying? Plus, they view it as like, well, I have to defend myself because the people that killed my family are going to, you know, not going to stop, and they're going to try to kill me too. And they may be right. So it's just a much more complex and difficult situation than people are willing to admit. Now, I'm not gonna say too much about K.I.'s little brother, G.I. Joe, about what he's done specifically, because I can't. Other than the fact that I'm gonna say he earned that nickname. There's a reason why they call him G.I. Joe, and he became G.I. Joe for her.
So, you know, as you can see, and as you're going to see in other videos that I'm going to do about the back and forth between certain gang conflicts and how certain people become killers, the devil, evil, whatever you want to call it, is a guy Chicago in his spin cycle. And it's literally going to take a miracle to stop it. So, this is your boy Chicago News. I'm out.